we may have had continual audio issues, so may have been inadvertently muted. We're having all sorts of technical difficulties here. In any case, we are in the midst of match 2 of 3 on the day here at the Academy, pre-nationals tournament. The boys of KIVA 17 Red back in action after a 4-month layoff for the high school season. Tuned it up last week at Union in a friendly scrimmage against 1 in-house and 2 Union teams. Looked pretty good, not exactly rusty as they were almost all, if not all, playing high school ball, but hadn't been playing together. Hey, man! No. Yay, we've got volume again. I would like to blame the equipment, but it's really user error, so that's bad. Anywho, it's the 3rd time I've said some of this stuff, so I should be pretty good at it by now. Anyway, we're glad to be back in action after the high school season, the 4-month hiatus. Tangling with adversity, we both played Blue Steel earlier in the day. This is the final match before the crossover. Both KIVA and Adversity had not too much trouble with Blue Steel, so this shapes up to be the better of the 2 matches that we'll play in the morning sessions. Morning session being the wrong term to use entirely since we are afternoon wave. But we've got these 2 matches and then a crossover. It is a power pool. Everybody goes to gold in this pool. There, I believe, is one other power pool and then a traditional pool. I want to thank my did a nice job of blocking that ball and keeping the broadcast booth completely safe. She waved at it as it went past. But alas, no harm was done as it split the uprights. I know better than to count on her now. Riley chisels that to the deep corner. That's off a defender for the point. So there's 2 adversity teams in the mix here, at least 2. We first tangled with them at this tournament last year, had a couple good matches. Seems like we played them earlier in the year this season as well, but I have slept since then. Boom, big swing inside the double block. Nice hit there for Adversity. Nice pass by Luke. Into the middle now, Riley. Bangs that down. Loving some of the variations on that theme where the blockers kind of lose track of him. Either in the back row or in the front row running the Ags. 14-11, I believe. That's just a bit outside. 15-11. Can't keep track of what might have been heard on the audio and what was just talking into dead air, but this is more or less a boys trip. Not many parents on hand. We're leaving the boys to prowl the streets of Indy tonight. What could possibly go wrong? 16-11. We got a timeout. You can't take them with you, so why not? Full house here today at Academy. Every court bustling with activity, and all boys. That's always a good thing to see as the sport continues to grow. Two more tournaments left on the calendar. We're up in Chicago next week. That should be a fun one. And then the season finale, AAU Nationals in Orlando on Independence Day starting July 4th. There's a big swing out of the middle for Isaac McKay, 17-11. 6-point lead. Briley is nonplussed. Tate drops into Shorty. Nice run on the quick for adversity. That is kind of one of the things you can do with the Shorty. It can be more accommodating to the quick mid. That one's just long. Nearly whammed a fan, but they escaped unscathed. Walt back to serve. Nice swing through the block, but Riley's right there. Nice set by the adversity setter. Walter chisels that off the block for the point. And KIVA with a 19-12 lead. Like I say, not really a matter of knocking the rust off, as these guys were on that 4-month break for the high school season, but still getting plenty of reps in at the high school level. But still getting that team chemistry reignited. Seem to be well on their way. Ladled outside, nice job by adversity, but should be a free ball. Sound the feasting horn. Yes! Isaac up for a good feast. And 20-12, late serve here by KIVA has pushed the lead to 8. KIVA got out to an early lead, adversity with a mini run, got it close, but then KIVA has just found another gear and dropped the proverbial hammer. Oh! What you do not want to do is drop the proverbial hamster. That's a totally different scenario entirely. Nice pass there, back set, Walt hammers it, nice up by adversity. They free ball it over, should be an opportunity for KIVA. Out to Jake. He chisels that off the block and well out of play. Point KIVA. 22-13. Josh back to serve. He's got that lethal top spin and he's going back to it. Boom. Good pass for the bro. Well, I should say a pass by the bro. It's just not as good as it carries well out of play. Ace for Josh. Point for KIVA. They're within 2 of taking the first set here. That one sails a bit long. 14-23, adversity in a hole. Ball on the play. We're gonna regroup. All right, the regrouping has occurred. Nice serve, good pass. Over to Briley, tips across away from the block, finds the line. Point KIVA. I'm not going to attribute that solely to Beach Vision coming into play, but that's Beach Vision coming into play right there. Ah, the Beach game hones every skill. Boom, big swing down the line, catches Luke a little high. He's shaken, but not stirred. like a James Bond martini. Martini. Nice pass there. Shoots that out to Briley. He goes over the top. I think that might have been out, but we'll never know. It was off the hands of the defender for the point. And set one is in the books. KIVA with a convincing win, 25 to less than 25. They already flipped the score on me and I kind of lost track, so. Damn sure it was less than 25. All right, well, it's great to be back with the boys in red. It's always, high school season is a little bit bittersweet since we're frequently competing against our friends, although for several of these guys had a number of great matches over the high school season. Not to say we're not thinking about the next game and the next point, but everything is really working to that build up to nationals. AAU Open Championships in Orlando, and what a festive time to be there. We'll be there for the 4th of July. The Disney fireworks should be epic. It'll also be somewhere around 112 degrees and 200% humidity, but part of the atmosphere. If you're lucky enough to have multiple kids playing like we are, and you don't mind being largely insolvent, you get to go to Orlando twice in the span of a couple of weeks, so that's super duper fun. And some of the girls are already down there. Boys have the last two waves this year, so we're a few days later than previously. Okay, we're back. Temporary interruption there. Tight game here down the run. 15 serving 17. Keep it trailing by 2. I'm not sure how much content we missed, but we were knocked off the air because our trusty Verizon Wi-Fi puck just shuts down whenever it chooses to. I might add is less than ideal. 18-16 here though. That was off the block and down. Derek back to serve, trailing by 2. Nice block there. Murphy Lee turns it aside, and we're within 1 at 18-19. Adversity with the timeout. We got to get him in the sun. All right, we're back from the timeout. Trailing by 1. Derek puts it into play. Nice set out to the side there. The dig. I don't know who got that. Josh with a great diving effort. Gets a ball on it. But it caroms over into the adjoining court and out of play. To 18 now for adversity. Wall with a nice tip over the block into the donut hole. Hold on a second. The R2 may be calling a net. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it happen. So erase all that. It was a great shot into the abyss there. Nobody for Hector. 21-18 3-point lead as adversity trying to push this to a third and decide. You're out! And the R2 now coming over in midpoint. The live for adversity noticed something was amiss and just grabbed the ball out of midair. Reasonably unclear as to what caused the interruption of play, but we're going to fight on. 21-18, and we'll do it all over again. Derek with a nice save there just to make that hittable. And Bradley with just a shutdown block right there. That was nice. Got out there, got up, got over. Put the ball straight down in the blue. Textbook, 19 serving 21. KIVA trails by 2. The body style. Oh, Jake. The jumbo. Rolls it to the deep corner. We were practicing those on the sand with beach legend Stein Metzger just the other day. Within 1 off the net, Liv has it for adversity. Out of the middle, that finds the floor right in front of Riley. Lead is back to 2, 22-20. Lots of fun, love the action, but would prefer to get out of here in 2 rather than playing third. Kind of mixed emotions about that, but not really. Nice swing there, trouble brewing. Should be a free ball. It is. Loops there. Lots of options. Riley, though, gets turned back away. Good swing out of the middle, but right into the hands of the little blocker for adversity, who returns that gently to the 10-foot line. Big point there. Jake rolls that down the line. It's fielded. Pinballs off the block. And finally to the floor. And now set point as adversity 1 point away from pushing this to a third and deciding. Nice back set. Well, sailed that off the block. Piece of Jake on the way out, and that'll do it. Adversity takes set 2, 25-20, I'm going to say. We're going to play 3. You know the drill. Quick 1 to 15. A fast start is definitely advised. Well done. Yeah. You don't have to.
You didn't say that.
Well darn. A tale of 2 very different sets there, as Kiva won the opener by a Googleplex in a set that was tight until about the 10-point mark, and then Kiva just blew the doors off. Set 2 stayed pretty close until a late surge by Adversity put them out in front to stay. Ultimately a 25-20 win, powered by some strong blocking and good defense from the Adversity guys. So we do have an instant classic of sorts brewing here at the Academy. We are in a power pool, so a spot in gold is assured. So to some extent playing for seeding, but definitely want to right the ship and come out here and make a statement and go into the crossover as the 1 seed with a largely unblemished record, at least in terms of matches. We don't need no sticking matches. Since our broadcast was somewhat interrupted in set 2, we're going to give you set 3 at no additional cost. We're going to perform some impact maintenance on this Wi-Fi puck at some point if it shuts down for no damn reason again. It has a habit of just doing that. Is not a source of great amusement, because not only does it shut down for no apparent reason, it is glacially slow to fire up or back up. All right, enough complaining about the Verizon hotspot or the crappy AT&T coverage that's in this general area. We're underway, set 3. There's a nice throwdown. KIVA boys want a lifty throwy call, but seemed to stay in a single plane to me, although the way he brought it around his head and dislocated his shoulder certainly looked unusual. Point Adversity, if for no other reason, the creativity element. Trouble brewing here. Opportunity for Adversity. Nice swing off the block there. Kiva looking a little discombobulated. Was the other key, I don't know if it was service pressure on the Adversity side or just serve receive on the Kiva side was not as strong in set 2 as it was in set 1 in the earlier match. There's a good one there though. Isaac says he can do the throwy thing too. Goes by many names. Lucifer, Power Ding. to name a few. 1 serving 2 for Briley. Mephistopheles. Tries to get fancy with the outside the body line swing. I liked it, but just a bit outside. But they're going to be the beneficiary of the net call, if I'm not mistaken. The R1 is a net zealot, apparently, and is loving being involved. I, once again, didn't see it, but it probably happened. Maybe. Boom! Walt dropping the hammer. 2 serving 3. Tate checks in to serve. Derek, nice play. Nice play there, but Walt, I think, timed that perfectly. It looked like he sized it up, took his last step on the tarmac, contacted it outside of play, but I believe that was perfectly legal. Unfortunately, it hit the rafters on the way over and was not able to clear the net. Tip, kept alive by Derek. Briley ladles over. That's sundered off the block, and Adversity Child is quite pleased with himself. 5-2 lead. The swing there, it's off the block and well played. Another point for Adversity as they're up 6-2, and harking back to the intro to this set, that's just a bit outside. A fast start is recommended. That is not what we're in the midst of, as we trail by 3, 6-3. In the quickie to 15, Walt puts it into play. Trouble brewing, 3-ball best case for Adversity. They don't get that even. Ace for KIVA, and the point, they trail by 2, 4 serving 6. Walter working from 30 feet out, and another ace. You know what pairs nicely with an ace, of course, is another ace. Don't want to appear ungrateful, but 3 of a kind is a nice hand as well. Walt serving for the tie, 5-6. Alas, that's well outside and off the candy cane at a minimum. That one was definitely a little throwy, loopy. So had that not hit the candy cane, would have been curious to see what the R1 would have said. We'll never know. Pair of 6s. You're right. Jake with Evan's turn back. 7-6, 1 point lead for Adversity. Walt, nice cover, back row for Briley. He'll tip over the block. That looks like a lift, no call. Boom! Murphy Lee bringing the heat and bringing some energy. See if he can get the rest of this team fired up. I won't say we've been low energy, but we've not exactly been high octane either. Pair of 7s for Josh. Top spin coming. And an ace. All right, that's 3 aces, so bully for the service pressure for KIVA. Just unleashed on that one. That's tipped over and thrown out of bounds. Nice job, Josh, holding up on that one. As it was close. Adversity has seen their big lead turn into a 2-point deficit, and they'd like to talk about that. Timeout on the floor, KIVA leading 9-7. All right, if you just joined us, what the heck have you been doing all day? We're here at the pre-nationals at the Academy. Second of 3 matches on tap. Third one will be a crossover, so we don't know exactly who wins. We are locked in a duel. 3-setter going on right now. Josh positively teeing off on the ball. Outside to Briley. Like a freight train with a surfer's haircut. I like it. Nice swing there. Slicing hard cross. 10 serving 7. KIVA leads by 3. Josh has gotten real comfy at the service line. And that has done great things for KIVA. They've had a 3 or 4 point run. He had 1 ace and then several pressures that have kept them out of the system and allowed KIVA to either run their offense or in that case harvest an overset. All good things. I'm going to give all the credit back to Murphy Lee, who brought his trademark energy and enthusiasm to one of his kills. And he seemed to get his KIVA colleagues fired up. All right, second timeout during Josh's service stint. That's always a compliment to the server, so I suspect he's going to positively rip this one. And he does. Unfortunately, he rips it right into the net, which is the undesired outcome. Sometimes happens. All right, good run for KIVA though. Let's hope they can keep the energy here as adversity trying to battle back in. Ooh, looked like a good pass, but it was over. The ensuing dump catches Riley right in the chest and not able to get that up. Luke, nice pass. Luckily that stayed out of the rafters. Josh, swinging high hands, but I don't think the hands were quite that high. Although we were making some touch gesticulations, but I think that might have been wishful thinking. Outside to Briley. I think he took some pace off that, off the block. That's blocked back down. Free ball coming. Actually, not so free as takes advantage of a nice opportunity to shoot that deep. And KIVA defense can't get back there in time to cover. We're tied at 11, and we've got another timeout. Now, that particular play would get you into all sorts of discussions about the double contact on the third ball over, or the second ball over. But in reality, that particular rule has not drifted down to the boys' game yet. That is a rule at the college level, although we have seen tighter calling of the doubles in some cases, and in some cases not. So it's quite a nebulous time for a rule that was meant to take some of the judgment out and clarify some things. Hasn't accomplished that yet for the boys. Okay. We did experiment with that rule in a tournament or two, but that proved to be a short-lived spectacle. Yeah! Pair of 11s, Briley decides to just go right through them with good results. 12 serving 11, Luke back to serve. Go for the tip, knocked out of the air. Walt, nice job saving that, Josh. Lobs that over. Oh. We're tied at 12. KIVA wanted a net call. There have been a number of them against KIVA, but there was definitely some net movement, but no call forthcoming. Looks like we've got another timeout as Adversity leads by 1, 13 to 12. All right. Next few minutes and then next few points will determine who comes out of this section of pool play with the 1 seed and will determine the crossover opponent. Again, at this point, an exercise in seeding, as all teams in this particular power pool are advancing to gold in tomorrow's bracket play. But logic would dictate, for a lot of reasons, you'd like to be the one to get over the hump and win this. Ostensibly make your path in the bracket play a bit easier and just serve notice. That's about a double block, is triple block actually. That's off the defender. There to the dump. And a nice play out of the middle. That's swatted down. And that'll bring up match point and some change for Adversity. As they're saying, not so fast, my friends. We want that number 1 seed. All right, Luke, nice pass. Out to Briley. Double comes. That's hit 4 to 4. Nicely done. KIVA refusing to go quietly into that good night. They'll serve, trailing by 1, 13-14. Ace is always welcome, but never more so than at this particular juncture, right about here. Nice pass out. That's roofed back, but nice coverage by the lid. Great play. Riley tips. That's easy cover. Big swing coming from the right. Luke is there. That's in the rafters, though. Riley gets it up. It's ladled over. Outside and down. Luke can't corral that one. Adversity takes an epic 3-setter. Well played. They did a nice job establishing the middle, and then we had to be overplaying it with the block. It freed up their pins to have single blocking there down the stretch, and ultimately that helped them out as they get that kill for the final point. Okay, good match there. Feel like an opportunity that maybe slipped away, and some that second set just was a bit of a lapse in energy for some reason. In any case, we're gonna shut it down. We'll be back in action somewhere around 6:30. You can look at an AES if you want to know the exact time. You could ask me to be more informed and be looking ahead, but we know that's probably not going to happen. So until then, we're signing off from the Academy.